Hey everybody, welcome back to How's Your Mindset? And hey Janine, how are you doing?
Good. Hi, Kristen. How are you?
Good.
We're on podcast number 2, is it? Oh my goodness.
Us too. So I'm Kristen and looking forward to this chat today about positivity.
Mm, that's an
Yeah.
interesting one, huh?
Mhm.
There's so much talk about that, isn't there? It's always about positive memes and positive thoughts and positive this and positive that. It seems to be very trendy.
It's very trendy, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to talk about it today because it's so out there that you need to be positive all the time. And
Yeah.
it drives people nuts who aren't all the time of how do you act positive all the time. And it's that vibration and all types of stuff. So I'm looking forward to chatting with you about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Are we going to talk about today's sponsor before we go forward, or do you want to do that later?
Yeah, let's go ahead and chat real quick about that.
Okay.
To our sponsor is Family Naturals. Something that Family Naturals is a part of, is an affiliate of, is called company called Force of Nature, which
Ooh.
I absolutely love. A girlfriend of mine, who she might actually see this, so thank
Oh,
you.
cool.
You know who you are. Introduced me to it a couple years back. And what it is, I was looking for a natural cleaner, especially with having kids in the home. Wanted to make sure that I don't have chemicals going on.
Mhm.
So I checked this place out, Force of Nature. They are absolutely incredible. It's sodium and water, and it's ionized and
Ooh.
vinegar. Sorry, I think it's sodium and vinegar, and you put water in with that mixture and ionize it, and it creates this amazing cleaner. It smells kind of
Ooh.
like chlorine, but it's nice to not have any chemicals.
Cool.
They actually got is it the EPA certified?
Mhm.
I believe that's what it is. Um, to combat this virus, it actually kills the virus.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. And
yeah,
then you'll leave the information down below how to connect with you and learning more information if somebody wants to purchase it.
yeah, yeah, it's great. They have discounts all the time, so I just have people who
Oh, cool.
contact me and get that discount code.
Oh,
So
awesome. And can you lift it up one more time just so that people can see kind of what it looks like? And there it is. That's our little
yeah,
that's our
mine's
bottle.
older. Yeah, mine's older. I've had this one for a couple of years, like I said. So, but I think they
Oh,
have
well, there's
new.
nothing wrong with that. You don't want to be
No,
wasteful. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So, like we said, any of the information that we have for our sponsor always will be linked below if you want some more information. They have a wide range of all sorts of products, and we'll showcase one of them or a couple of them depending on what's going on each time we do the show. All right. So I will let you start. You picked this topic, which I think is really, really awesome for this week. So what are you thinking with positivity? What is important for us to chat about that today?
yeah, well, I think last podcast, or maybe it was just you and I chatting, we're chatting about how we can feel the energy going on in the world right now. It's absolutely crazy. A lot of people are feeling it. You're waking up negative, you're waking up possibly positive, just depending on how you're reacting to all this energy. And it's all around the world. Everybody. I mean, everybody's on the edge of their seat trying to see
Oh
what's going
yeah.
to happen next. I feel like we're in some kind of Twilight Zone TV show going on.
Especially this past week. It's been absolutely nuts.
Absolutely crazy. And we see those memes, we see the sometimes people talking about being positive all the time,
Mm.
and I don't think that's very possible. I think it's okay to feel these emotions. Now there's a difference between feeling these emotions and living in it
Yeah.
versus actually letting it go and releasing these negative emotions. So it's okay to sit there and whichever side political you are, or if you're apolitical, whatever, it doesn't,
Yeah.
me, it doesn't really matter. Um, to make sure that people are able to feel it and release it and
Yeah.
really dive
It's like
in.
the fake it till you make it. People always used to say that. And I
Mhm.
don't think they realize how harmful that is to yourself when you're constantly thinking you have to feel okay and happy and whatever that means. Because I don't know what that word means. People use that word, but it's a very strange word. I guess we have to connect somehow. And I've talked to you and Dan about this where it's like, what does that mean? But absolutely, I think that it's very important for you to feel the day of however you're feeling. I think you should be kind to people and empathetic to people all the time. And unless someone is, threatening you or is not being very kind, then you can remove yourself from the situation. But have to be positive all the time. I mean, you definitely want to put positivity out there when you can.
Yeah.
And I tend to feel better when I'm not feeling good to say something nice or do something nice for people. But sometimes it's really hard for me to do that because you just are not in the mood to actually, think of something wonderful to say or to do. You just want to just curl into your bed and not deal with it.
Yeah, and that's okay, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a difference between having, a really negative victim mentality and just being negative sometimes.
Yeah.
Some people do have that victim mentality where it's, that term, I don't know if that term's okay anymore or not. That negative Nancy
It
term.
is on our show.
Yeah, it does downer, type of terminology. I know Nancy's and I know Debbie's, and you guys are amazing people. But
Yeah.
there is
Yeah.
that term, and it's so true. On how many times do you want to hang out with those type of people?
Yeah. Yeah.
So having to figure out, is that a victim mentality that I have, or am I just feeling some negative energy? Maybe something went off, something a little bit wrong with my day yesterday. And today I'm just not feeling so great.
Yeah.
And like what you do, you kind of crawl in your bed, like you said.
Yes, I do. I shut down. I'm like a
Yeah.
hermit. I'm like, well, because I don't want to say anything terrible to anybody. And I used to, when I was young, just say what I thought, and it didn't make a difference whether I hurt you or not. I was who I was, and I learned a long time ago that I respect people enough not to do that to them. So when I feel like I need to have some time and I'm not because I think of myself as a pretty positive person. I like people to feel comfortable. I want people to feel like I'm kind and generous and that we're going to have a great time. But there are times when that's just not going to work. And so I remove myself from the situation because I just don't want to harm others. And I think that's a more respectful thing to do than acting positive, because sometimes you can put off that vibe like you're fake or and that's not good for people either, because then they're like, something's off. There's a red flag, and they may not say, are you okay? Is there something wrong? They just may not talk to you again at that point.
Well, and that kind of fake it till you make it mentality, it does put off that vibration of your fake, because you are faking it.
Yeah.
Versus there are plenty of people out there who majority of the time are very positive, very happy, very ecstatic. And you can feel that energy, and it actually usually uplifts you, unless,
Yeah.
we can talk another time about energies and how,
Yeah. That'll be a good topic that we could go on for forever
yeah,
with the
right.
abundance and
Yeah, somebody's very negative with their energy and they meet somebody who's very positive with their energy, it's not going to
yeah. Yeah,
mesh
for
well, very
sure.
well.
For sure. And if you're a little bit more sensitive to it, you can see that from a mile away. And to us, it's red flags. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that somebody's trying to be positive. It's just a big red flag. And
Yeah.
so that's not good either. And I think it's important to feel and go through it. I think it's important for your body to detox whatever's happening, whether it's because it's being caused from a family issue or a work issue or something that's happening with you. I think that if you're constantly on a positive note and you don't digest what's happening, that can cause more harm than good to your body too, and can have symptomatic results like tummy aches and all sorts of issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Emotions definitely are connected to a lot of bodily issues that we have.
Yeah. And and we focus more on mental part of on how's your mindset. If you have anybody or you know anybody that is suffering and just can't get into a positive um, part of themselves and is feeling like they're drowning and they're full of anxiety and they can't get back to that part, and they are a positive person and they can't get back to that, please have them reach out to us. We will go ahead and make sure that they get the information that they need to get help, because you don't want to dive too deep on the other side either, and not get the help that you need. And it's don't feel shameful to ask for help. People are here to help you, whether they're professionals or whether they're a support group like here on YouTube, where we can go ahead and make sure that that we can help you with whatever you need when it comes to mental mindset and whatever else you need.
We love it. We
Yeah.
absolutely love it. We love helping others with it. And
For
it's
sure.
I don't know. For me, I can't speak for both of us, but I know, I mean, I can speak for both of us because I know you.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely
Like,
love helping others.
yeah. And we just want people to be healthy. I mean, mentally, because we talk about, you know, all this physical stuff, and we talk about positivity, body positivity, right? We talk about, you know, positivity when it comes to working out or, you know, loving who you are, but we don't really think of the mental positivity part of it, which is something that should be talked about more often, because then you've got that body positivity, or you're doing something positive with that, with your image. But then what happens if your mind is not where it needs to be because you haven't digested things properly and you're just trying to push that garbage into your mind and trying to fake it till you make it, which is detrimental for sure and traumatic.
Yeah, can be very traumatic, and
No, for sure.
it compiles as well. So it's on top of each other as we, um, while I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this.
Yeah. I know sometimes it's hard when we're sitting here talking and you're like, you have like an idea in your brain, but you can't think about the word. It's because you're a mom. Kaylee sucked all your brains away. Thanks, Kaylee.
Um, yeah, just, you know, for example, if you have a negative emotion of maybe anger, and you don't take care of whatever that situation is that angered you, it compiles on top of each other.
Yeah. Well, and then you end up bursting out to somebody and you're angry, and it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with the fact that you're trying to be positive and trying to stuff it down, which is definitely my generation. I mean, that's what I was taught, you know, knock it off, move on. You don't need pills, work it out. Like that was the way I was raised, with an iron fist. So talking or digesting or trying to get rid of things wasn't an option, and that you had to be the best you could, you know, especially because I had my first job was at Gymboree, and they expected us to have good customer service. My managers would tell me, I don't care what is going on in your life, you need to come in here and you need to have great customer service. So that's where I started really learning that fake positive, you had to do it, it didn't matter. So I had to transition myself and make it sincere even if I wasn't having a good day. And that was not necessarily a good thing to be doing to your body. Not that I'm saying that you should have bad customer service with people, but if I wasn't feeling it that day, I didn't have an option to call off of work and say, listen, I'm not in a good customer service mood, I'm not going to be able to come in. It was, no, you're going to be forced to do what you need to do so that we look good. And that trauma stays in your body, and then you're exhausted by the end of your shift, because unless you're feeling that, which most of the time you're not in sales, you know, who really feels like they're excited unless they really love what they're doing? So
And it's, you know, one of those things of you, at that point, you do kind of fake it until you make it. You know, it's your
Mhm.
job to do that. And if you have terrible customer service, if you have terrible vibes, people aren't going to come back.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it's okay, spend some time before work or after work to really clear everything out that had happened. So that way you can be refreshed.
Yeah. Had I known about like meditations and clearings and unconscious work at that time, what I did was I just adapted. And then I made myself, forced myself to really enjoy what I was doing and connecting with people. And I adapted that way. And that's what people do as a survival technique, right? They adapt or they shut down. And because I was so strong willed and prideful, of course, I wasn't going to shut down. I, just adapted and caused all of that trauma all of my whole life. And we all did. It was just the way it kind of was, right? And with you, you're even shyer than me when it comes to a lot. You're not really shy, but you're quieter than me. So you really were like shocked with people, I'm sure, when when you were
Well,
observing everybody in the world.
that's not fair. You are from the East Coast.
Oh yeah, that's true. I had no choice. I was sucked into the vortex of craziness. Ugh.
Yeah. But I mean, it's true what you were talking about with growing up, because I had similar where, you know, I was told to stop crying
Yeah.
situation. And
Yeah.
so for
Be
many years,
positive.
I just suppressed it.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
can,
and you didn't want your parents didn't want to be embarrassed. So you had to act like you were this positive, perfect kid. We all did. We were supposed to not embarrass our parents. And so we've learned these really backward ways of business and personal life. Um, and so, yeah. And so it's always about positivity. But we're not saying don't be positive. That's that's good, but do it when it's authentic, not when it's forced.
well, and you don't want to go around being negative to everybody either. You
Yeah,
know, it's that
for
balance
sure.
of, you know, no, just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you get to lash out at everybody.
Yeah, don't go around saying Jeanine and Kristen, we were listening to their podcast and they said that I can be negative to whoever I want, because we don't want to have messages about that, people.
Yeah, especially because honestly, we are generally usually very positive.
Yeah.
So we can't really go out there saying, hey, go be negative to everybody, because that's not even who we are. It's just a matter of being able to recognize when you're being negative and how to remove that so that way you can be positive in an authentic way.
And have good mental health. And with that note, it looks like Kaylee's getting impatient, so we're going to wrap this up. And would you like to say, and would you like to say our little phrase, or do you want me to end with our phrase today? Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and great topic. I love this topic, Kristen. We tend to pick a topic each week, and at the end of the month, we'll have a parenting segment, and we'll be talking all sorts of things with parenting, because I know that's really important to get into that. And we're moms, and so we would like to share some of that with you guys. But in the meantime, we will see you on our next episode, which will be episode 3. I can't believe it. We're already sailing along here. And thank you, everybody, for the people that have already subscribed. So make sure you make sure you subscribe, comment. It supports our channel. We're trying to get to our first 100, and then we're going to go from there. And remember to spread a little love, a little kindness, and a little light today. And you guys have an awesome day.
Bye.
Bye.